Hey friends, how are you doing? It's Amar. I have some intel for you that I would like to share. This is more along the Ascension path information. I've got a new update coming for you soon. I started receiving that insight a couple of days ago, and I just wanted to share with you little bits that have been dropping in over the past couple of days. We are in the midst of another big wave of energy, and whenever these energy waves come in, they activate awakening and they accelerate and activate the ascension process at the same time. Because really, the energy of awakening and the energy of ascension are kind of the same thing. And ascension is not a one and done thing. It's not a one time thing where you suddenly arrive at a finish line. Just like awakening is not a one and done thing. It's not something that just happens and then you're awake and then you're done. Like all spiritual journeys, it begins within and it is endless and infinite because spirit is endless and infinite. So what happens during one of these big energy waves and something that triggers awakening, it triggers awakening at all levels. One of the things that I often talk about is when something is true, it's true at all levels. So, you as an infinite being is true on all levels, but depending upon the level of awareness that you are seeing that truth through, it is going to manifest itself in a little bit of a different way. And perhaps what you could, the analogy that you could use is, if you're awakening to something on, let's say, the third dimensional level, you are only going to see a part of that picture or a part of that truth. If you're awakening to a truth on a fourth or a fifth or a higher dimensional level, you are going to see more of the big picture. Think of it as like, a photo that you're looking at through a keyhole. From a third dimensional perspective, your awareness is generally not as broad or as complete as it would be on a higher level of your awareness. It's still your awareness, but on a lower frequency or a lower bandwidth of consciousness, let's say the third dimension, it's like you're looking at a picture through the keyhole. So you can only see a little bit of it at a time. And as you awaken and as you ascend and your awareness expands, that keyhole or that portal gets bigger and you're able to see more and more and more. So it's still you. It's just the version of you that exists on the third dimension, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and on up the chain is going to have a different level of access to the full perception or the full consciousness of what actually is going on. Let me know in the comments if this isn't making sense and I'll try to clarify. So one of the things that's happening right now, and I just posted a meme about this on my Instagram, it's also on my YouTube page on the community tab. Humanity is receiving this energy, right? So this wave of awakening energy comes in, and depending upon your level of perception, i.e. your level of awareness or your level of consciousness that you are perceiving it from, you will see either a very, very big, broad, full picture, or you're going to see something that is a little bit smaller, a little bit, a little bit more condensed, or perhaps you're only able to see part of the truth. You're still perceiving truth. You're just not seeing the whole picture at the same time. So when one of these waves comes in, it activates an awakening or an ascension within all beings. But your experience of it on the third dimension is going to be different than your experience of it on the fifth dimension. So when this wave of energy has come in and you are in a process of awakening or ascending because this energy has come in and activated and triggered this process, what you are going to experience and how you are going to perceive that energy is going to be very different. I'll give you an example. Right now, there is a big call for humanity, humans in general, to ground into something. For those who have chosen this path of division, the path of chaos, the path of disempowerment, they are seeking to ground into something outside of them. They are desperate for an authority figure that makes sense to them. They are desperate for someone to tell me what to do, tell me who I am, tell me where to go, tell me how to make it okay. Those who have chosen the physical ascension path are seeing and perceiving and working with this energy from a higher perspective. The truth is, there is nothing outside of you. The truth is, anything that you perceive in the external world is only a reflection of something that is happening internally. But if you are in a third density awareness, you're not going to be able to necessarily perceive that right away. It's going to take a little bit more trial and error. It's going to take a little bit more of the death and rebirth and the success and and failure experience, right? That duality or polarity experience. It's going to take a few more turns on the merry-go-round for you to suddenly realize or finally realize, oh, nobody outside of me can save me. There is no savior. The savior thing is done. But for those who are perceiving this call to root or ground into something from a higher perspective, are seeing the truth that what you're being called to ground into or root into is yourself, is your own divinity, your own sense of truth, your own sense of sovereign authority, and the understanding that the life force of the universe, God, spirit, whatever you call that life force energy, the divinity of your understanding is running through your body. That's what you are. At your core, you are life force energy. That's exactly what you are. So when you, from a higher perspective, are receiving that triggering energy that's saying, hey, it's time to ground into something, you understand inherently, because you have achieved a specific level of awareness that allows you to perceive more of the picture through the keyhole. So then you are able to understand that, oh, that call to root into something isn't telling me to look outside of myself for a savior. It's telling me to go within and to root into myself, because if you want to save the world, you got to save yourself and then tell everybody how you did it. If you want to heal the world, you got to heal yourself and then share with the world how you did it. So that's just a little bit of not only a preview of what my next video will be talking about, but just hopefully brings a little bit of understanding to what's happening when these waves of energy, these ascension and awakening waves come in. And depending on your level of awareness, your experience and your response to and your understanding of this energy is going to be very different, but it's still a level of truth. But that level of truth is relative to your level of understanding.